Alright, let's talk about this severe weather for a minute. Monday, March 3rd, Tuesday, March 4th. Monday, March 3rd is going to be SPC Day 1, slight risk, 2 out of 5 over northern Texas, south central Oklahoma, 5% elevated tornado risk, 15% damaging wind risk, 5% large hail risk. A squall line forms late afternoon, early evening, ahead of an eastward advancing cold front, Colorado low pressure system. These storms will traverse eastward and become the storms we see on the SPC Day 2 outlook, which everybody's been watching for the last week. SPC Day 2 outlook is currently a enhanced risk over northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi. 10% hatch tornado risk, 30% hatch damaging wind risk, 15% large hail risk. The both days, this squall line QLCS, however you want to look at it, is going to be capable of 60 to 75 mile an hour intense damaging wind gusts. Monday, a couple of line embedded tornadoes within the QLCS line of storms are also going to be possible. Tuesday, more widespread. The environment is going to be highly sheared with intense wind fields, hence the 30% hatched damaging wind risk. But high shear, low cape, typical early season Dixie Alley tornado setup, severe weather setup rather. Um, there are questions, as you'll see in the photos that I'll provide here shortly in just a minute. There are questions with the instability, which has waned over the last couple model runs, and a pinched warm sector. Storms need a wide open, broad warm sector for them to be able to fully mature, get their updraft going, rotate, and potentially become tornadic. In a pinched off warm sector with these storms moving 40 to 60 miles an hour, there's a maybe 50 to 75 mile wide warm sector of 60 to 65 degree dew points where these storms are going to be again moving 40 to 60 miles an hour east, northeast, however whichever they move along the squall line. And once they outrun that warm sector, they're going to run out of instability and quickly wane. The tornado threat will eventually die off. You're looking at a dying QLCS that is in a highly sheared environment, still capable of, again, line embedded tornadoes, not as many as it would be if the warm sector were open and more broad, but still going to be a little after it outruns those 60 to 65 degree dew points. There still is the possibility, of course, for QLCS tornadoes embedded in the line, but more so of a damaging wind threat, 60 to 75 miles an hour, large hail, 1 inch to 1.5 inch in diameter. In the slight risk, northern Mississippi, southwestern Tennessee, far eastern Arkansas, you're still looking at the same thing, 50 to 60 mile an hour winds, in some cases 70 with the stronger part of the squall line that moves through. A few here and there potential line embedded QLCS tornadoes and large hail. The gradient winds ahead of this system all day from 8, 9, 10 in the morning to 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, once these storms finally get kicking and going, are going to be 40 to 50 miles an hour. Most of the area of the enhanced slight marginal risk areas are or will be in either a wind advisory or a high wind warning, depending on the location to the low pressure system. We just got issued a wind advisory for Middle Tennessee for these gradient winds that are about to start kicking up. So 40 to 50 mile an hour winds ahead of the front, and then once once the storms roll in, 60 to 75 mile an hour damaging wind gusts. Unless something major changes, unless the instability trends up or the warm sector broadens on a new model run tomorrow night, I don't plan on doing a further update on this system. There is a potential more next system, March 10th or 11th, I do believe. It looks like it was on models. Stay tuned, subscribe for updates on the next potential incoming system. I'm going to keep an eye on that one and any, of course, future updates. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and stay tuned.